The wait is over, and it's official. After significant approval of the latest bill, Congress has rolled out new changes to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program (SNAP) and food stamp laws, set to take effect on July 7th. If you're a senior living in the United States, you've likely seen firsthand how the cost of living continues to rise, putting more pressure on your budget each month. Food, in particular, is one of the areas that can feel the heaviest burden, and the new legislation may offer some relief. But what does this actually mean for you? And how will it affect your food benefits? This latest bill addresses key aspects of the SNAP and food stamp programs, which provide critical support to millions of seniors and families in need. The changes aren't just about increasing benefits. They're about making sure those benefits are more accessible, fair, and aligned with today's economic reality. For seniors, these changes could mean more stability at the grocery store, fewer worries about rising food prices, and better resources for maintaining a balanced diet on a fixed income. In this video, we'll break down the specific updates from the new law and show you exactly how these changes will impact your SNAP benefits. We'll go over eligibility criteria, the new benefit calculation methods, and what steps you need to take to ensure you're getting the full support you're entitled to. There's also a strong focus on streamlining the application process, which can be a game changer for those who might struggle with bureaucratic hurdles. These changes were long overdue, but they're finally here, and they could make a significant difference in your daily life. If you've been wondering how you'll manage food costs this year, this is the update you've been waiting for. So stay tuned as we dive deep into the details of the July 7th SNAP and food stamp law and explore how it can provide real relief to you and your family. As we dive into these new updates, let's first take a moment to understand just why this bill was passed. Over the last few years, food insecurity has been a growing concern across the nation, and it's something that particularly impacts our seniors. According to recent studies, millions of seniors in the U.S. struggle to afford nutritious food on a fixed income. With rising grocery prices and the increased cost of living, many seniors find themselves cutting corners when it comes to meals, and that can take a toll on their health. This is where the changes to SNAP and food stamp programs come into play, and they're aimed at addressing these very challenges. The new bill focuses on expanding access to food assistance for seniors who need it the most. It tackles issues like eligibility, benefit amounts, and the application process, with a focus on making the program more efficient and accessible for people who may not have the time or resources to navigate the complexities of the system. One of the first things we'll notice is how eligibility has been adjusted. For years, there have been strict income and asset requirements that many seniors found difficult to meet, especially when living on a fixed income. The new law aims to broaden the eligibility criteria, allowing more seniors to qualify for food assistance. The good news doesn't end with eligibility. The bill also includes changes to the way benefits are calculated. Historically, some seniors found that the benefits they received didn't truly reflect the reality of rising food prices. With this new legislation, benefits will be more closely aligned with current market conditions, so the amounts will more accurately reflect the cost of living. That means seniors can expect to see an increase in the amount of money they receive for food assistance. This is particularly important as food prices have been increasing across the board, and many seniors were finding it harder to stretch their benefits to cover all their needs. What's even more significant is how the law seeks to address barriers to applying for food assistance. Many seniors report that the application process for SNAP can be confusing and difficult to navigate. The bill focuses on simplifying this process, making it easier for seniors to apply and maintain their benefits. With these changes, there's hope that more seniors will be able to access the help they need without facing unnecessary hurdles or delays. Additionally, The new law places a strong emphasis on reducing paperwork and other administrative burdens. Seniors who might not have internet access or the time to deal with complex forms can now expect a more straightforward and less stressful process when it comes to applying for benefits. The goal is to make the system work for seniors, not the other way around, and this bill does a lot to streamline the process and make it more user-friendly. Another aspect of this bill that's worth highlighting is the focus on the nutritional quality of food available to seniors. The new law recognizes that food assistance isn't just about quantity. It's about ensuring that seniors have access to the right kinds of food that will help them maintain their health. As we all know, proper nutrition is essential for overall well-being, especially as we age. With these changes, the SNAP program will place a greater emphasis on providing healthier options, like fresh fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, rather than heavily processed and unhealthy foods. But let's talk about how this will impact you directly. If you're a senior who has been receiving SNAP benefits, you're probably wondering when you can expect to see these changes take effect. As mentioned earlier, the new law goes into effect on July 7th, so if you're already enrolled in the program, be on the lookout for updates from your local SNAP office. It's important to make sure your contact information is up to date so that you don't miss any important notifications about your benefits. For those of you who may not yet be enrolled in the program, this could be the perfect time to apply. With the updated eligibility requirements and streamlined application process, there's a good chance that more seniors will qualify for assistance than ever before. Even if you've been turned down for benefits in the past, it might be worth revisiting the program and seeing if you now meet the new criteria. The key to accessing these benefits is knowing how to navigate the application process. The first step is gathering the necessary documentation, such as proof of income, identification, and any other supporting materials that may be required. Once you have these documents in hand, you can begin the application process either online, by mail, or by visiting your local SNAP office. And remember, the process has been simplified under the new law, so you shouldn't have to deal with as much paperwork or red tape as before. Once your application is submitted, it typically takes about 30 days to process. But some states offer expedited processing for seniors who are in urgent need. If you're approved, you'll receive an EBT electronic benefits transfer card that you can use to purchase food at participating retailers. The amount you're eligible for will depend on your household size, income, and other factors. But the good news is that with the new law, the amount you receive may be higher than what you were previously getting. For many seniors, the idea of food assistance can sometimes come with a sense of stigma or embarrassment, but the reality is that these programs exist to help people who are struggling to make ends meet. There's no shame in applying for benefits if you need them, and this new law is designed to ensure that those who need help the most can access it easily and efficiently. Think of this as a resource that's here to help you live a healthier, more comfortable life. And don't hesitate to take full advantage of it. Beyond the immediate financial benefits, these changes also signal a broader shift in how we view food assistance programs in the U.S. Over the years, there's been growing recognition that food insecurity is a serious issue that needs to be addressed, particularly for seniors. With the changes introduced by this bill, Congress is taking a step in the right direction toward providing more equitable and accessible support for our aging population. These changes are a victory for seniors, and they show that lawmakers are finally recognizing the real-world challenges that older Americans face when it comes to affording food. In conclusion, the July 7th implementation of the new SNAP and food stamp law is a significant moment for seniors across the United States. Whether you're already receiving benefits or are considering applying for the first time, these changes are designed to make the system more accessible, efficient, and beneficial for you. With more generous benefits, simplified applications, and an emphasis on healthier food choices. This bill offers real relief to those who need it most. If you've been struggling with the rising cost of food, this could be a game changer that helps you get the nourishment you deserve. So mark your calendar for July 7th and get ready to see how these changes will make a tangible difference in your life. The future looks brighter, and with these updates, food assistance just became a little bit easier for everyone.